Namaste and welcome to the session number 17. Today we intend to discuss the comprehensive nature of this course, particularly the practice part that we have seen in this particular course. And let's see. So that's what this, last week we talked briefly about how simple the practices are. And next week we will discuss the authentic nature of this particular course, how certain ideas that rishis wanted to communicate to us, but they got lost in the modern times, and how we have tried to decode them and brought into light again. So today we confine ourselves to comprehensive nature of this course, particularly its practices. So let's see. So even the term Upasana has very wide connotation, and we have very well said that our objective has been in Upasana to bring my mind to the state that prevails when we are in Susupti, deep, dreamless state that every human being has gone through. So we have been greatly inspired by the statement of Kapil in Samkhya 5th chapter, 116, that I have brought even in the very early part of the introduction of the course. He says, Samadhi, Susupti, Moksheshu, Brahmrupta, meaning three states of ours. What are they? Samadhi, when I am deep in meditation. Susupti, when I am deep in sleep. And moksha, of course, we are not aware of that, but we might as well test him when he says that this is after our death, when we are not born again. So we are out of the cycle of death and birth. In these three states, we are as if immersed in that supreme consciousness. We are with him. Of course, the common denominator here is that we are disconnected from our mind. Susupti, in deep, dreamless sleep, we have no idea where we are, not even awareness of our own self. Whereas in Samadhi, I am aware of my own self, and we are in a sitting posture. So comprehensive nature is indicated by this statement, as if on one extreme is Susupti, that every human being has had it, and even as an adult, once in a while, we go through it. It's just we are blessed with it. It's not that we decide to go into Susupti. So that is another common denominator, that somebody takes us into these three states. Okay. Can I ask somebody here who is in our Dhyana-Upasana Parivar, please send this link to that group, if any one of you can do that. Okay. So somebody is asking for the link. Anybody who is in Dhyana-Upasana Parivar, please copy the link there. Okay. So we are saying that Susupti is something we as a human being have had it effortlessly, and Samadhi it requires a great effort, training, and so on and so forth. That is on the other extreme. So Susupti and Samadhi are two extremes, and of course we will discuss next week how they are similar and what are their differences, etc. But at this point, just want to point out the comprehensive nature of this course including its practice, is that demonstrated by the fact that it encompasses everything between Susupti and Samadhi. Okay, let's see. Mahesh Dayanand writes in a small booklet he has, Ayodhya Ratnamala. He has about 100 gems there. He has 100 points there, 100 items. So Upasana appears in number 26. In Hindi original he is writing, जिस करके ईश्वर ही के आनंद स्वरूप में अपने आत्मा को मग्न करना होता है, उसको उपासना कहते. So of course in day-to-day life we are connected to our mind and through our mind to the entire world, whether in the live or in playback mode, So we are always connected to the world around us through our sensory organs. And if sensory organs are not active, then our mind plays back what we have had in the past. So our mind is the connection which connects me to the entire world, and Upasana is an exercise and pursuit, an attempt to disconnect from our mind and then explore where I am. So I could be in Susupti, or I could be in Samadhi, or in between. That is what I am attempting to do. So the English translation of item 26, I think is not that bad. He has done his best. The absorption into the blissfulness, and I think the translator realized bliss quite does not represent the Ishwar Sachidananda Swarup. So in parenthesis he writes, Ananda Swarup of God is termed Upasana, and he realized he doesn't find an English word for Upasana. Then he makes a note, Upasana comes from Up, which means near, and Asan. There should have been a between S and N, which means seat. So Asan is the seat or to be seated, and Up is nearby. So it signifies sitting near or association with Ishwar or God, or in other words, realization of the divine being, Ishwar. Okay, so that is Upasana. We have seen it and we have discussed a lot about it. So let's move on. So benefits of Upasana, that's what we were interested in seeing, the comprehensive benefits that we can have from Upasana. And here it is. I devote 3 slides to it. So very first, what generally people who are not aware of Upasana or meditation, they are also interested in upgrading their quality of life. And for that, they make certain efforts, certain attempts. So I have listed here a couple of things. There are motivational talks. There are, you can hear them on YouTube or in real mode. They are nice speakers. They try to bring out certain virtues of human beings, and that motivates you to inculcate those things within yourself. So it inspires you. And same thing, there are some little sentences that people make. They are small ideas and sentences you hear or read here and there. So they are also very nice inspirational thoughts and may inspire some people. Same thing, you can go to a library or a bookstore and pick up a book on personality development, self-development, and related to those issues, and read the book and again get some sort of ideas and inspiration. But the common denominator here is the challenge is to carry an idea from the conscious mind, what we say buddhi or intellect, to the subconscious mind, what is our ahankara, storage device. So how to internalize it? When you read a book, it's a nice thing. You like it, you think about it, but it does not become part of your personality. The part of personality is what is the content in your ahankara. And if it is there, then even your subconscious acts will be determined by what is in your ahankara. Of course, if you are functioning very consciously sometime, then you may be able to go in accordance with the inspiration that you derived from such sources when you are very conscious. But we know it in our life, most of our functions are subconsciously, where it just comes out what actually it is within us. So that is where this Upasana practice, it changes the character of your mind because it washes away. That's what is mentioned. There is a simple Yajurveda mantra. Most of you are familiar with it. Vishwani Duitani Parasua. May all impurities or unwanted stuff in our mind vanish, get washed away, get lost. And then once it is cleaned up, some nice things may be planted. So may it be enriched by all that is good. So that is what, if you are near to that Supreme Being, he does it. That's what he does. He knows what is not the right thing in your mind. He washes it away and he plants new seeds, new ideas, new intuitive thoughts. So that's what we are expecting. So this is not bad, what generally people adopt, but it is not that efficient, not that comprehensive, and it's just doesn't take care of the demands of life to fullest extent. Okay, slide number 2 in this direction. Again, I am quoting a few statements, 3 statements. One from Dhyananda, Light of Truth. At the end, he has an appendix of what his, in brief, he is writing brief statements, just like in the previous booklet. Here, again, there are 100 items. Upasana appears at number 50, while in the previous booklet, it was at number 26. Here he again says Upasana, but it is more like benefit of Upasana. That was also benefit, but that describes slightly the mechanism of Upasana. But here, mostly it is the benefit of Upasana. जैसे ईश्वर के गुण कर्म स्वभाव पवित्र हैं, वैसे अपने करना. This is a very, very powerful statement. Means qualitatively, every human being can be like Ishwar, qualitatively. ईश्वर को सर्वव्यापक, अपने को व्याप्य जान के, means there is no distance between me and him. He is within me. ईश्वर के समीप हम और हमारे समीप ईश्वर. And not only he is within me, he is very closest to me. ऐसा निश्चय योगाभ्यास से साक्षात करना. साक्षात is direct cognition, direct perception. उपासना कहती है. Then what does it lead to? इसका फल ज्ञान की उन्नति आदि है. It uplifts your level of knowledge and learning and understanding. Now your understanding, no, knowledge is not mere at word level, not just bookish knowledge. Now you have a depth of it. You get certain insights. Let me read the English translation, which is a different translator, I guess. And I wouldn't translate as communion, but he has done it. So Upasana consists in conforming ourselves as far as possible in purity and holiness to the divine spirit. and in feeling the presence of the deity in our heart by the realization of his all-pervading nature through the practice of yoga, which enables one to have direct cognition of God. Upasana serves to extend the bounds of our knowledge. Not a bad translation. I think it's very good, except there was no need to write communion here. The same spirit, like he is saying, qualitatively being like, I like the statement by Yask, very, very authoritative statement in classical time in book called Niyukta, chapter 626, Aya Ishwar Putra. So he defines the term Aya, which is a well-known term, and he's giving the definition is Ishwar Putra, child of Ishwar. So as we know, like father, like child, this truly conveys this idea that we read out previously. ईश्वर के गुण कर्म स्वभाव पवित्र हैं वैसे अपने करना. So you are in the image of Ishwar now. That is the power of Upasana. Light of Truth, again, is the same book of Maharishi Dayananda, chapter 7. Again, benefits of Upasana, he's saying, one was Jnana ki unnati, your knowledge is now opening up, but here he is saying now, इससे इसका फल पृथक होगा, परंतु आत्मा का बल इतना बढ़ेगा कि पर्वत के समान दुख प्राप्त होने पर भी न घबराएगा और सबको सहन कर सके. What he is saying is, now let me read it, English translation, that I have done it, only the under highlighted part, even the misery amounting to a mountain will not dishearten, something like that. What he means to say, that was in the direction of knowledge. As we know, we have three powers, knowledge, actions, and experience. Through experience, we go through sukha and dukh, pleasure and pain. Pain, of course, no human being wants pain, but it is inevitable in human life. So what he's saying is, if you are a practitioner of Upasana, he is not guaranteeing you will not come across pain or misery. It will be there, even of the highest magnitude, but it will not shake you what otherwise would have shaken you. So you are able to withstand it to a much greater, force. Okay, the third slide in this direction, as now this is as I see it, I have nothing new here, but in my attempt to translate it to general common people, I have made a list of Upasana. That's what we will go through now in the next few minutes. And as you will see in the list, it goes from 1 to 136. There is some sort of course, 1 and 136. Within 136 lines, maybe some overlaps are there, but notwithstanding that, what I'm saying is there is a slight transition. So there is some sort of a sequence I have tried to make, as if one who is practicing from day one, and then he is at the very extreme end, like I was saying, the wide spectrum. Susupti is, everybody has had it, Samadhi, and only some select few have had it. So this wide spectrum, I am trying to list in 136 lines. So there are three kinds of phases, I will say. So one is just to give it is not hard and fast, just to give a kind of a nomenclature. So if somebody is a beginner, then the benefits he has is from number 1 to 36. Then somebody is intermediate, somebody he's like to see these benefits, and somebody who is at a higher level, expert or fluency, then it's all in mind, he knows all this. So for him, the relevant points are 94 to 136. Let us see this list. So I switch to my Word file. which I think I have sent to all of you. I think I have sent its corresponding PDF to all of you. Okay, benefits of Dhyana and Upasana. The reason I like to say Dhyana and Upasana is it goes from, what Patanjali and Vyas mean. The Chitta has 5 states that we have seen is a mood, kshipta, vikshipta. This is our general worldly functions. And then as we practice Upasana, yoga is of course Chitta Vritti Niyodha. Niyodha, blank state, that is the 5th state, but we generally have to go through another state that is called Ekagya state, one-pointed state. So this one-pointed state of Chitta is characterized by Dhyan, meditation. I wouldn't mind using the term mindfulness here, but I must say mindfulness is again used mostly incorrectly, just like meditation is used incorrectly. All these terms, people don't know what are their actual meanings. So Dhyan corresponds to one-pointed ekagya avastha of Chitta, and Samadhi, and of course there are different layers of Samadhi. They correspond to Niyuddha avastha, blank mind. Okay, I will just read it out. There is no reason that I should stop anywhere. So in the remaining time, I am through this list of 136 lines. Number 1, gaining authority or ownership over mind. So as you saw probably, I should have read it out properly. The beginner's level is ownership over mind. And at the intermediate level, the practitioner sees some detachment from mind, some sort of a distancing. And at the final 3rd level, he has, not only distancing, there is a character change of, there is another phenomena, change in the changes that are taking place in the mind. Certain things are vanishing and certain things are gaining there. Okay, number 1, gaining authority or ownership over mind. Number 2, better concentration and less distraction during the day. 3, improve work quality. 4, improve performance in games and sports. These are skill oriented. Number 5, improvement in skill. The skill is action based, which is outer mode. Knowledge is inner. Number 6, better work efficiency. Number 7, because of efficiency, save time in completing a task. Number 8, enjoy work, it is less of a burden. Number 9, easier to enter sleep, because sleep is also slightly like inactive mind. Number 10, deeper sleep with reduced dreams. Number 11, as sleep quality gets better, likely to have reduced sleep hours. Number 12, more hours in hand during the day. Well, this is a common complaint that people don't have 20 minutes to afford to invest in meditation practice. But this is what we want to tell them. Today you are investing 20 minutes a day, and maybe 3-4 weeks later, you will be gaining 1 hour from other 23 hours, from sleep and other parts of the day. Number 13, stress-free person continues to stay away from stress. So as your sleep is getting better, there is a less likely, no new stress comes in. Number 14, inner sense of calm and peace. Number 15, less likely to raise voice. Now these are behavioral patterns. Number 16, less likely to get angry. Number 17, better team spirit. Now it's easier to work with others, less of a ego and all those things. Number 18, overall improved behavior with others at home and at work. Number 19, improved relationships both at home and work. Now the health benefit. We don't advertise that meditation is good for health, but it does it because now your breathing is likely to be deeper now. So number 20, deeper breathing, diaphragmatic abdomen. Otherwise, probably only chest was expanding. Number 21, deeper breathing may reduce stress level. Number 20, since it is deeper breathing, more oxygen intake, so maybe better metabolism. Better metabolism means more energy output. So 23 is higher level of energy and alertness through the day. You are less likely to get tired or yawning and all that in meetings. 24. Everybody's cell may show new glow and radiance. Number 25. Excess fat burns to release more energy. Number 26. Better body figure. 27. Greater concern for health. Now you are beginning to see that your body is a wonderful gift and you are caring about its upkeep, etc. Greater concern for health, 27. 28. Avoiding harmful foodstuffs. So now you are concerned, what are you supplying to this body? 29. Less likelihood of overeating. Number 30. Harmony in intake of air, water, and food. Otherwise, actually you are thirsty, but you pick up a snack. Number 31, towards correct level of water consumption. 32, facilitates discharge of body waste, including phlegm. So this is something you might have noticed after you rise from meditation. Body wants to get away from waste, just like after sleep. So sleep and meditation have a lot of common features. 33, facilitates homeostasis, natural physiological balance. You want to keep your body in some sort of equilibrium. And same thing will apply to mind at a later level. 34, improved immunity level. So you have better immunity, you are now less likely to fall sick. 35, overall improved health and wellness. Longer lifespan. So this was all this. Now we are, as you saw in the list, now you are in an intermediate category, not hard and fast, but something like that. 37, greater confidence due to ownership of or authority over mind. So you have a better confidence. Number 38, becoming a mother guide to mind rather than blindly guided by mind. Now you are taking authority from your mind. Otherwise, life was guided by your mind. 39, life becoming more meaningful and purposeful. Now you are less likely to search for what is the purpose of my life? What am I doing here? 40, separation between Purush and mind generates more personal space within. This is very important. You and mind were intact, now they are separating. So now you can have a more objective view of what mind is bringing to you. 41, detachment from events in the surroundings. So all sorts of events might have been affecting you, but now you take a step back. Okay, let me think. Should I be concerned about it, or I can just ignore it? You have some personal space now. 42, less anxiety, because there are less events to be worried about. 43, no more automatically provoked by someone's unpleasant words and behavior. In the world you see all kinds of people, but now you are less likely to be provoked because there is some buffer space, personal space. 44, more proactive approach in interacting with others, because you are less likely to be envious, jealous. You think more positive, so you can come up with proactive ideas. How? Because No single man can do anything in the world. We have to make a team. So you have a proactive approach. 45, ability to maintain inner peace and calm even in turbulent times. 46, living in the world yet occupying a seat slightly above the worldly plane, less affected by worldly turbulence and yet discharging duties responsibly. So you live in the world, but you are slightly away from the world. 47, emitting positivity in all circumstances. 48, swifter mamaye. There is a less of clutter also, because once there is a distance, somebody can wash your mind. 49, better focus and clarity. 50, easier to get to the root of a problem. 51, proactive approaches towards solving a problem. 52, easier to sift knowledge from a heap of information. Easier to handle information explosion. 53, ability to generate wisdom out of wealth of knowledge. Yeah, nowadays there is an information explosion, so you have to be quick. This is worth my reading or not. Otherwise, you just can waste a lot of time nowadays. 54, driven by wisdom in life. So you are not just information or knowledge level, you are operating at a higher level. 55, seeking deeper purpose in life. 56, washing away the mental clutter, information versus knowledge. 57, less interest in gossips about third party. Now you are not interested in many things. 58, less interest in daily news. You may just be aware of what's happening in Ukraine and all that, rather than going into excessive details. 59, TV operas, news analysis, etc., after careful choice. Number 60, guarding against entry of unwanted stuff into personal space within. Now you are very conscious what is entering into my mind. 61, mind detoxified. 62, now it is a change in the mind, character of the mind is taking place. 62, de-stressing, to get rid of previous stress of life. Previously we saw that there is less buildup of new stress, but suppose somebody is already stressful, but at this level, his stress will be gradually vanishing. De-stressing. So number 63, de-addiction, reduced dependency on harmful substances. Suppose he was addicted to something, but this phenomena he will see he is having inner power, that dependency is minimized now. 64, decriminalization, reduced tendencies to harm others for personal gains. All this meaning 65, more natural person. You are like a childlike, innocent person now. Not an impure mind. Impurities have washed away. 66, consumption of food and beverage in a natural manner. What, when, and how much. Now, just like a little child takes milk as much as after that, you cannot give excess of milk because the child knows exactly. So you become natural. You eat and drink exactly the right time, right amount, and right thing. 67, less likely to misinterpret thirst as hunger or vice versa. 68, sleep habits become more natural. When and how much. 69, ethics and behavior follow a more natural childlike pattern. 70, increase in level of spirituality. Whenever I use this term, I have a fear. Spiritual. Somebody who goes to a place of worship, he calls himself spiritual. So, in Upasana, Upasana is spirituality and nothing else. That's it. So increase in level of, so whatever the real spirituality is, because now you see just the world is not the world, it is his world, he has made it for you. So everything connects you. All this is made by him. So you see the things made by him, and that connects to him. You see things differently now. Increase in level of spirituality, natural assimilation of positivity. 71, recognizing strengths and weaknesses of self and that of others. So that I have some shortcomings and this and that, and this is part of human life. 72, inferiority complex may diminish. So sometimes somebody has a complex built in right from early age. That is a big problem, and this may take care of that. 73, no need to unnecessarily exhibit strengths, less likely to fall in depression. 74. 75, ability to introspect, because now there is a distance between you and mind, so you can be slightly objective and do introspection. 76, staying away from justifying past mistakes and wrongs. So, you made a mistake, that's it. You don't have to justify it. You can say sorry, that's it. 77, unburdening from any past mistakes, failure, guilt, etc. So sometimes this also, it becomes a heavy burden. So that should not be there. Yes, it's part of our life. We have done many things wrong. Number 78, not bothered by unfulfilled desires. So something left in, that shouldn't bother you much. There will be many, many things. The human life is very finite. We cannot meet all its desires. 79, living in the present, enjoying the present moment. Looking forward, number 80, looking forward to the future in a positive spirit. 81, overall better quality of life. 82, no unnecessary judgment of others. 83, recognition that others are prone to mental defects, minor and major. Just like health-wise, nobody is perfect. Mind-wise also, nobody is perfect. So everybody has some minor, major issues. But 84, empathy toward others. 85, being sensitive to others. 86, now when you become sensitive to others, then it naturally follows. 86, abstaining from meat, fish, and egg. Why should I kill somebody for food when other alternatives are there? 87, accepting others as they are. It is all in our mind. So it's sort of unconditional love now. 88, staying away from bias and prejudice related to others. 89, staying away from knowing unnecessary information about others. Now you are not much interested in, that sort of gossips. Number 90, accepting others as on a mental wheelchair for those with significant defects in mind. Sometimes in a family or we are tied to a person who is, not that easy to live with. So just like we somehow manage a life with somebody on a physical mental chair, we can visualize, okay, this person is on a mental wheelchair and we should somehow learn to live with him. 91, forgiveness toward others. 92, resilience to accept changes in circumstances. Sometimes something happens untoward without any notice, but you cannot loosen your own equilibrium. 93, maintaining equanimity. 94, new flash of knowledge that provides solution to a problem in hand. 95, new creative, intuitive, innovative ideas. 96, inner subtle energy. Now somewhere here we are moving to the third category. They are just notional. 97, detached actions. Now you don't expect reward from everything that you do. 98, unconcerned about the outcome of an action. You do an action in a good faith, and what happens is not much of your interest. 99. Actions are based upon pure merit. 100. No expectations or rewards for actions, called Nishkam Karma. 101. Pure and genuine love for all beings. 102. Absence of lust, anger, greed, ego, delusion, envy, etc. 103. For males. This is a very significant statement by Manu. Seeing women with the utmost respect. What he says is, Yatanayastu pujyante amante tat devta. So that is the important attribute. 104, working as, 103. So any other beautiful thing you see without lust, like a cloud, flower, scenery, you should be able to see a beautiful woman in that way. 104, working as Ishwar's servant. 105, surrender actions to Ishwar, obviously engaging in quality actions worthy of Ishwar. 106, concerned about health of body and mind as Ishwar's gift for lofty action. Now this body is, of course, it's your body, but this is his gift, so you are very concerned about its upkeep and health, and you want to use it for some higher purpose. 107, staying away from intake of any harmful substances. 108, greater ability to convert vital fluid into inner energy by deep meditation. 109, living in the world yet staying detached. 110, real-time taste of supreme happiness. 111, extraordinary confidence not to depend upon any other being for happiness. Now in meditation, you have a ability to connect to an inner source of happiness. So you don't expect it in the outer world. You are confident, you have it within you. 112, self-confidence and self-esteem. 113, independence from other objects and persons. You are not dependent on. 114, enjoying every moment of life. 115, childlike happiness in the present. 116, not getting bogged down with the unpleasant past. 117, not nostalgic about the past. 118, not worried about the future. 119, feels as if I am fine. Happiness is a state of mind, sensible to feel contented. So you are now in a different equilibrium state where everything is fine. 120, remaining modest, being aware of I am on the path of perfection, but not perfect. 121, impurities of mind washed away. 122, high moral standards. 123, a person of high quality and integrity. 124, knows how to reset his mind. 125, remaining unprovoked by events in life and world. 126, inculcates ayatva within, a child of Ishwar. We just now saw the statement, Aya Ishwar Putra. So you have that connectivity with him. 127, attains highest human stature, a devata of highest category. 128, sees the entire universe as his family, universal love and brotherhood. 129, sees the entire universe as his home, fullest regard for environment and ecology. 130, considers everything as priceless gift of Ishwar, so doesn't waste anything and has high regards for everything. 131, avoids wasting anything. 132, experientially knowing self, the Purush self-realization. Experientially knowing Ishwar via the absolute happiness, an attribute of Ishwar. 134, sanskars getting burned, not requiring further birth. A genuine teacher for the world, having seen the ultimate reality, liberation, freedom from the cycle of birth and death, called Moksha. So that was our list of 136 benefits that one can obtain from the practice of Dhyana and Upasana that has come to us from Kapil, Patanjali and their predecessors.
Can I request you to send this list, because I don't think I have received it ever. I did mention it once, yes?
Yeah, no problem. I will send it to the entire list.
Okay, thank you very much.
I thought I had sent it.
Yeah, no, I don't. I did ask you once also. But
okay, we'll send it.